Just because there are so many incredible cool knives out there does not mean I have to own them all. So I have really made some decisions as to what my everyday carry collection is going to be. And I believe I've pared it down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 knives. So that's not too bad. The one I carry the most now, and I see myself carrying it for the duration, is my Chris Reeve Spyderco Insingo. I love this knife, and I think it's kind of an anomaly. Reason being is these are S35VN steel, Rockweld between, I think now they're saying 59, 60. I think they overdid it on this one, and it's actually considerably harder because it actually keeps an edge, and was very hard in comparison to the others that I do to get that hole. So that's why this one's a keeper. The other one, which is a Chris Reeve, and it's a Spidey Benza, has Devin Thomas Damascus steel. Really old version of their Damascus. Now, that's micarta. They're micarta, so it's very textural. And this thing is ridiculously smooth. And I will say this. The Devin Thomas Damascus makes all the other Chris Reeves of now, the newest generation, seem like the blades are made out of aluminum. Sorry if that offends anybody. Not really. That's just my opinion. And because I'm the guy that puts all the holes in the blades, I kind of get an idea of what steel is wear resistant and what steel is not wear resistant. And S35VN is not wear resistant. I don't care what anybody says. But this is good stuff. And Siri thinks I'm talking to her, so hang on one second. Alright, now that I've got Siri straightened away, she won't be talking anymore. I took care of her. I don't know why I even had that on. It's on an extra phone that I use as a monitor for an outdoor camera. Back to Devin Thomas. The Damascus is far superior than S35VN, and I don't know why Chris Reeve and even Hinderer insist on still using that crap. I just don't get it. I'm glad to see Hinderer using other steels that actually hold an edge, because that's kind of why you buy a knife. So the other knives that I have in my stable of carriers, it was back in the day you didn't want to be a carrier. Spyderco. So I have this one that I've made out of handle scales that I purchased and different blade, that sort of stuff. It has S30V. And this is my go out in the woods, in the backyard, and do yard work and that sort of thing, because if I drop this, I'm going to find it. Learn the hard way. If I drop this, it's panic time. I was lucky to find this. Even if you just stab it into a tree, you got to remember which tree. So that's why I don't carry this one in the woods, because it likes to blend in. But I love this knife. This was one of the pumpkin handled Rex 45s, but it is no longer pumpkin handled. And actually these kinds of handles, like this one, which I'm going to show you next, no peeking, are a little fatter, a little wider, and a joy to hold on to. Rounded the spine of this one a little bit, and that's not going to focus, but that's for push cuts and that sort of thing, and I do whittle with this one a little bit. So Rex 45, which basically does not like to get dull, but does like to rust. So be careful. And then the next one is my Paramilitary 2, with M4 blade steel. And I've decided I really like M4. It's another carbon steel. It's pretty tough. Doesn't keep an edge as long as the Rex 45, but I put on these handle scales and also different pivot, because if you take your Paramilitary 2s and your Para 3s apart, you will notice that there are two different kinds of pivots. One has a groove right in the middle and one does not. I prefer the one with the groove because it seems to trap oil in there and offer a longer period of lubrication where you don't have to re-lubricate. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 5 knives. What I'm not giving up on, and I know this is straying a little bit and I appreciate you sticking with me, is my Buck 110, the new version, 2019, with Ebony handle scales, and this is the one that's swelled. I'm still using WD-40 on it, and it seems to be working, and I'm not exactly sure if that's what's working, making it less swollen, or if it's the fact that we are now into the end of fall, beginning of winter, and it's drier. So either way, it's not so much that it irritates me. Plus this one locks up better than any other 110 I've had, and it's nice and centered and had a great blade on it, and I just love it. So you guys can flame me for using WD-40 on the wooden handles. Just know that on my other wooden handled knives, I am using a beeswax cutting board preservative, which is food safe. So, you know, I'm not stupid and think that WD-40 is good for all wood. I was just doing an experiment, but have fun with me. I've gotten one email letting me know that I'm being made a mockery of, if that's a good sentence, on a particular blade forum. I don't care. Have fun. That's all I got.